14.
He was in forever.
Oh, so you're in for 14 years.
14 years. Staff sergeant of Army people, whatever they call them.
Army people, yeah.
The fucking
Staff, hey, Staff sergeant, you guys.
We have the most fucking ridiculous conversations fucking
Dude.
in the VSO office.
So the VSO in Miami, like our little office, mind you, it's smaller than this table. And how many veterans are on campus now?
Right now we have veterans that went to boot camp. We have about 175, close to 200.
Cool. Yeah. So it's hysterical because it's literally a closet. Like Juan had a fight to get new furniture in there. My first year there, dude, it was like somebody picked up some couches off the street and put it in the veteran service office.
It's maybe from that wall to maybe like right here.
And it's it's tiny, dude. It's literally this like it's bigger than that closet, but it's like a quarter of the size of this room.
Yeah.
And right next door is like a fully decked out, brand new, like bigger than this room, like LGBT
fucking shit.
Q office.
Yeah.
Fine, no problem.
Right.
But you put us literally they converted a janitor closet for the veterans, and they built out this whole new thing for LGBT.
Yeah.
So Juan just got what did you do?
So now we just got approved to get a resource center, like a veteran resource center. So it's probably maybe twice this room for just a full staff or fucking individual that's gonna help veterans. You know what I mean? So
with a paid staff.
A paid fucking staff. So the hard part is finding like getting them fucking insurance benefits and all that bullshit, right? But yeah, man. Like, so the good thing about the fucking school is that it's not like an FIU or an FSU where it's top down. They're like, yeah, we love our veterans and we're gonna give you all this fucking money.
Yeah.
The good thing about our school is University of Miami is like it has to be student-led, right? So nobody from the top will fucking initiate something unless it's student-led. So it gives you like a perspective of how to fucking fight for your shit and how to speak up or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think that in that sense is good, you know? Yeah. Because you're like, fuck, man, we need this shit. We're tired of this shit, and it makes you like...
Dude, I remember when I was there, man, it was a shit show. I'd be like, dude, I called Juan like 3 times a week.
When we weren't getting paid, right?
When we weren't getting paid. Yeah. And it was like, oh, I'm sorry, we're busy. Right. Like, just let us know, kind of thing. And so Juan's the president of that organization, of the veteran student organization at Miami. And that's how I met Juan. We had a math class together. With like
that you failed.
Yeah, it didn't do so hot. In my defense, like that class is meant to be failed.
Yeah, it's with kids that are straight out of high school. You know, they're fucking just not guys that have been out of school environment. You know. Yeah,
it's not good.
Yeah.
So I retook the class again. No problem.
Yeah.
Easy.
Peasant.
But yeah, Oneida Perez. Yeah. I took it with the same lady. Yeah. So, welcome. This is the Veteran Spotlight series from Patriot Sports Nutrition. And again, our goal here, our mission is to bring faces, personalities, and real live people like Juan in your face so that you can get a feel for like who's fighting for your country and shit, man. Juan did like 13 fucking years in the Army.
Yeah.
And what was your MS, man? I know.
Infantry.
Infantry. Grunt style, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Combat deployments?
Combat deployments, the Army says 5, I say 4. It's, there's one big one that turned into 2, yeah? So technically 4.
We don't do that in the Marine Corps, man.
No?
We do like, you guys do year-long deployments.
Yeah, fucking 18 months.
Fuck all that.
Yeah, fuck all that shit, man. But,
Oh, dude, if my deployments were a year-long, man, I don't do that, man. So why the Army over...
anything else?
Maybe the United States Marine Corps and stuff.
You know what? To be honest, man. To be fully honest, man. I was 17 out of high school, just a fucking knucklehead, and that were the only ones that were open at the time. Yeah. I walked in. I was like, "Hey, I want to do fucking gun stuff," and the guy was like, "Hey, come to the Army, the Marines, and the Air Force, and they were closed." Yeah. And quite frankly, I didn't know that you can pick a job. I didn't know you could be a cook or a fucking mechanic or none of that shit.
Oh, so they suck.
So that motherfucker was like, "Yeah, sorry, right here."
Dude, that was my question that I wanted to add into this whole thing is like, how did your recruiter lie to you? Or what did your recruiter omit from your contract? It was like, you could pick a job.
The funny thing is that I was a recruiter also. So
really?
Fucking,
oh my God.
Yeah, 2008, I'm a fucking recruiter. I'm telling these fucking kids like, do that shit.
Where were you recruiting at?
Here in Miami.
Oh, dude, because that's when I went in was 2008. I'm glad I got recruited out of Delray, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I went infantry anyway, but I'm like, ooh, I don't know about all that, man.
Did you knew you wanted to be a Marine?
So that's a good question, man. So when I first got in, man, it was like I had talked to a recruiter before. Yeah. And like I just knew that the Marine Corps was like the most badass, like from the outside, like looking at but like the perception from everybody else, like, oh, Marines.
Yeah.
I'm like,
fighting dragons and shit with swords dicks. And shit, fucking lava monsters and shit. Fuck yeah.
And so like I talked to this recruiter, and then I was like, fuck this, I don't want to do that. Yeah. And like 6 months later, I called this dude because I was gonna go be a mailman. I called him. I was like, hey, can I get one of your drug test cups so that I can pass a drug test for the post office? He's like, yeah, man, come on in. When are you gonna be a Marine? I fucking signed a contract. Yeah. Shortly after that, which is weird. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. I really didn't care about getting like a cool job. Like, right. He sold the shit out of me too, though, man. So
safe to say the Marine Corps uniform is slightly better than the United States Post Office.
I mean, if we're talking uniforms, dude. That's undisputed. Yeah. Marine Corps is the undisputed champ of uniforms.
Y'all are fucking sick, man. When I was a recruiter, we would go to the fucking high schools and we had our fucking camis and shit. Yeah, and the Marines had like all decked out and shit. Yeah.
I mean, not that the new Army uniforms are pretty decent.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But whose idea was it to go to the hey, let's try to make it look like concrete, but digital.
Blend in fucking gravel or some shit,
and it's like actually kind of green, and you're like,
it only works if you get it fucking dirty.
It don't make any sense, man. Yeah. So, Wade, you want to?
Yeah. What is something, Juan, that you learned in the Army that you still apply to your life now?
Yeah. So one thing that stuck with me the whole time is this. I think it was like the second or third field problem we were at. I was in Fort Drum, so that was my first duty station. Fort Drum, New York. It's 30 minutes from Canada. So Alaska goes there to do their winter training, right? So it was maybe like -20, just freezing my fucking balls off, you know? We just got done with a fucking live fire and all this shit. I'm freezing my balls, brand new fucking private. And this LT, this prior service LT, he's like,
Mustang action.
Yeah, Mustang.
Vroom, vroom.
All right. The motherfucker goes, listen, motherfucker, you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because that's the only way you're going to be fucking successful, man. Right? Or you're gonna make it through this fucking field problem. And that stuck as a fucking private. And through deployments and through every time that I felt miserable, and even through school, going through fucking algebras, whatever, or reading fucking books. Just trying to put sentences together. Fucking, dude, it just makes sense. Get comfortable with this uncomfort because it's going to fucking pay off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't suck. You're not embrace the suck, essentially, right? You're not seeing the big picture. You're just seeing yourself being miserable at this moment. But the big picture is now you fucking learn shit from this book, or now you know that your limit to fucking suck is you can withstand -20-degree weather for a week and still be okay. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Without whining and complaining. And more so as a leader, your fucking soldiers or your Marines or whatever, they look up to you for morale, for motivation. So if you're sucking, they're gonna be sucking. But if you're like, man, fuck this, man, fuck the cold, and your soldiers or Marines, they're gonna be like,
do the same shit.
I wanna be like that guy, you know?
Yeah.
So that's definitely something.
Oh man, my team leader's fucking bitching, now I'm gonna bitch. My squad leader's bitching, now I'm gonna bitch.
Absolutely.
Top down. It's top down, man.
It really is.
Absolutely.
And not top-down talks. We're
not top-down talks.
No.
Cool.
I love those fucking things, by the way, man. That's fucking cool.
Boy gets out of his truck and he's like, cool.
I love those fucking things.
Do you park it on top of his Porsche?
Juan, what are you doing now, man?
So I'm still in school. I'm at the University of Miami.
Yeah.
Graduate this semester.
Go Canes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Go Canes. Absolutely, man.
Got a new quarterback.
Manny Martinez, Manny Diaz, rather.
Manny Diaz, man.
Manny Diaz taking over.
You know what's going on the offense?
Bringing it back to the fucking 90s and 80s, man. You know, bringing violence back into
man. You know what? I love Mark Richt, man. I think Mark Richt's an awesome dude. I have nothing bad to say about him, dude. I just think that his heart wasn't in it anymore, and good on him for retiring. And
sure.
You know, I wish him the best, whatever he's doing, man. That's we were so excited, dude, when we got Mark Richt.
Yeah.
And I remember going to football games with like Juan and a bunch of and Christian.
Yeah.
And dude, it was like going to Miami home game, dude. When especially when Miami's doing well, it's like
it's fucking wild, man.
It's a blast.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
So go Hurricanes.
Yeah.
What are your plans after school?
So there's a few different things.
You switched majors, right?
I switched majors. Now I'm doing history for the sake of going back in the military. So I did 15 years.
Yeah.
And so the plan was to go back in and finish my retirement, but as an officer. I figured,
So you can be an officer for 5 years.
Be an officer for 5 years. But I think you can make the most impact that way, the officer,
Of course,
right?
man.
I got to a point as an enlisted where, you stop dealing with soldiers and you start dealing with the bullshit, with the admin shit, whatever.
Yeah, you staff and CO.
Right.
Right.
So as the LT, as a fucking captain, I think you can make a good difference. So I mean, that's the idea. If that doesn't pan out because of like,
Are you going back in the Army, or are you going a different route?
part of Army. I think Air Force was hurting for like special operations, got TACPs and all
Yeah,
that
I've
stuff.
seen that.
So-
They got TV commercials running for Air Force Special Ops. So I'm like,
Yeah, when you see commercials, you know they're hurting for people.
I go to stress, turn my neck, see if I can still do it.
They got a fucking weatherman or something.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm
But
done, man.
but yeah, man. But something that popped up recently that I didn't even realize that I had a passion for was working with veterans.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't up until I took that position at the school.
Yeah.
This is something that we've done as NCOs. Like. Without even realizing, taking care of soldiers. Like some brand new fucking private comes in, and have this 20% interest on this brand new fucking Escalator for all this fucking deployment money.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm getting married to the fucking.
I got married this weekend.
And I got married to Cinnamon from the Strickland and the fucking. You know what I mean? Straight. Hey, sorry, I'm your new fucking private. They're like,
Yeah.
look, dumbass. Don't do that.
Don't
you
go
know?
to Oceanside,
Yeah.
don't buy a car, don't get married. Don't add to the population, don't take away from
Yeah.
it.
Until you pick up at least corporal, do not buy a car.
Do not buy a car.
Do not get married.
Right. That should be the fucking SOP, man.
Dude, I wouldn't have had a car until I was like 3 years into the fucking Marine Corps.
Like
Yeah,
Math 101, if you make $12,000 a year, you shouldn't buy a $30,000.
yeah, but what about deployment money?
Right. Deployment money is fucking never ending.
I
bro.
got a down payment.
Yeah, dude, deployment money. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna come back with like 100 grand. It's like, dude, that math don't add up.
Yeah. Fuck, private
Dude's getting
contractor.
married before deployment.
Yeah. Get that BA shit in there.
Killing it.
Hey, come back, you have a fucking kid that's not yours or some shit.
Yeah,
That's a perfect
happening.
segue though, like because you
Not
said
to me.
you found a passion in helping veterans. So one of the things, part of our goal is not only just to spotlight different veterans in
Sure.
different branches, but also like what are some things for the veterans out there that are or active duty that are getting ready to get out?
Right.
What would some advice be making that transition?
Yeah, so I think one thing that we don't realize is that even in a job like infantry, that you have skills that you don't even realize you have. Like this passion for helping individuals or like helping this veteran, this brand new soldier come in, or Marine or whatever, come in and helping them get squared away and seeing them become like 5 years later, become a fucking NCO and go to Ranger School, Special Operations, Special Forces, whatever. I'm like, fuck, man, this kid was a shitbag when I got him.
Yeah.
And now he's
Doing
in
cool
fucking
shit.
Ranger Battalion or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's because of real good leaders. I've had great leaders, I can't complain, in the infantry world that have put me where I am, so he's trying to get that back. So my point is that, like, you have a lot of skills that you don't necessarily know you have. Explore those, have conversations. Like, a lot of times when we get out, we tend to, like, isolate ourselves, right? We
Yeah.
think that
Nobody gets it.
we think that nobody gets it, and to a certain degree, nobody does. You're
Right.
in a place where, you can't assimilate to people. You can't get along with people. Something like that. I think you were talking with the Donnie O'Malley podcast. You have this fucking log in your mouth.
Yeah.
You're dipping or whatever, and people look at you like you're fucking crazy. You got whatever, but. You have to integrate yourself because that's the only way you're going to be able to become successful. You have to
Comfortable being uncomfortable.
be comfortable being uncomfortable. You have to be awkward. You maybe start a conversation with somebody that you don't know. Be like, hey, what's going on? How's your day or whatever.
Yeah.
And you learn from that. Just get yourself out there and fucking try to figure it out. Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, dude. So
Yeah.
Juan, we ask the same. You got
Before we go into that, what specifically, since you work with the VA department at University of Miami, what are some kids that are getting out that want to go back to school?
Yeah.
Like, what advice would you give them? Like, use that fucking GI Bill.
Absolutely.
But the VA departments are there on campus for veterans.
Right. So most importantly, I think one thing that the VA definitely got right was the ebenefits.com website. Right.
Yeah.
So when you're transitioning out of the military, they usually get you to transition and sign up for all these accounts, but a lot of times they don't. Like if you're in the middle of a deployment or whatever, You don't. But this e-benefits website that's from the VA, you have all your records uploaded up there, all your medical stuff, all your job help, all the information that you need to find a job, connections in your neighborhood, all that stuff is up there. So sign up for that and go look into schools. Like I was a fucking idiot in school, man. I didn't know I could get accepted to the University of Miami.
Oh,
you know?
same boat.
You know what I mean? And I applied just on a whim. I was like, fuck it. The worst they could say is no, right?
Yep.
And sure enough, fucking a few months later, hey, congratulations, Juan Montoya, you're fucking accepted to the University of Miami. Like, what the fuck?
Goddamn.
You know? And
I had the same reaction. I cried though.
You know, did you?
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah, that's the coolest shit in the world.
Hell
dude.
yeah, man. I fucking wrote one out and then I cried. Fuck yeah. Dude, it was the fucking best feeling.
Okay.
You know, it was the best feeling in the world, man. To know that I was like, I don't know,
Good enough to get in there.
To get in there, you know what I mean?
Little validation.
I love validation, man. That went a long way, man. And I had friends. I met friends that got accepted to Columbia, Harvard. You know,
of course, dude. Because, dude, here's what it is, man. You're not for me specifically, right now. For a white male to get into a school like Harvard or fucking Yale, yeah, right.
Nowadays,
yeah, fucking right. Veteran white male,
right. See, right, they fucking love that shit.
You're in.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to play the fucking game, man. Because that's the way that's the way the fucking world we live in now.
There's no way academically. I mean, I worked my dick off to get into the U. But I thought I was going to the University of Florida. And they were like, no, you need more credits. And I was like, I'm not fucking staying at Broward anymore.
Right.
Miami's private. They'll probably take some money.
My alma mater.
Let me apply.
Right.
You know? Broward.
Go. Broward.
Go Broward. What are they? The Eagles.
We're the Seahawks.
Seahawks, go Seahawks.
But yeah, that's right. You play basketball for that.
Play basketball there. Yeah, that's it. I still got my shorts.
Nice. Dude.
But yeah, man, like fucking apply to school, man. Because school, I think even if you take some bullshit major or whatever, obviously not, but I mean, even if you do that, it gives you a different perspective on life. It teaches you things that you don't necessarily have taught in the military. So being a fucking veteran with some type of degree or some type of education, man, you're fucking unstoppable, you know?
Yeah.
I think, and just being in that environment of like academia and stuff like that, I think that just gives you a different perspective. It makes you feel like I can do whatever the fuck I can or want, you know, if as long as I put my mind to it, type of thing, you know?
Yeah, dude, and you sometimes you'll get that without like. You get it, like, I met so many cool people there, man. And the people that I met and the experiences that I had there are what led me to what we're doing now.
Yeah, right.
So it's not just the education that you're getting.
Right.
I mean, fuck, I had some business professors at the U that were fucking stupid.
Right.
Let's be real.
Right.
But I also had classes with notable people like Donna Shalala.
Right.
Like, I got to sit in her class with like 40 people.
Right.
Dude, and like actually listen to what it's like running this country.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
Absolutely.
I mean, shit, dude. I get to meet people like you. Like, I walked in the veteran student organization there. I'm like, oh, I don't want to fucking talk to anybody. Bunch of pogue motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like, I see Juan in math class. He's got a little bracelet on.
Yeah.
I was like, cool.
Right.
And then I see him in the closet, in the VSO closet, and we start talking, man. And sure, you know, Army infantry, fucking staff sergeant. I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Like, I have more in common with these people than I thought I did.
Right.
You know, and then we start doing things as a group.
Right.
And we start to become friends, and we start to do things on campus and in the community. And it's incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lead that into, like, I'm gonna use the U just for an example, but the entire world can see this billboard. Mm-hmm. If you had to post a giant billboard on campus at Miami for the entire world to see, what would you put on it? Words, pictures, doesn't matter.
Yeah, fucking pictures. I love pictures. Fucking crayons.
Wade doesn't eat at restaurants that don't have pictures on the menus.
Man, that's a good question. I would say, especially directed specifically to veterans, you have a lot more to offer than what it is. I mean, don't stay quiet in your classroom and stuff like that. I think you learn from the students around you, right? You learn from just communicating. You learn from individuals around you, right? Like, people see you and you see this podcast, and you've put together, like, both of you guys put together this great fucking organization. You got your products, you got top-down talks and all that stuff. All this stuff, you know, so people see this, like, man, that guy's successful, won't be like that guy. But people don't see the 2 years of work and figuring shit out.
They don't
see
me calling Juan because a fucking VA's not paying me and I can't fucking do anything.
And the frustrations, and like, fuck, man, like, I'm gonna drop out, or I'm gonna fucking do this, or I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna go back in or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they don't see that frustration, you see that. So I would say, like, you have a purpose, you have a goal, you are more than you think you are, and just fucking apply it. Like, just do something, figure something out. This doesn't work, try something else. That doesn't work, try something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't quit, don't fucking hold yourself to a lower standard, you know? In the military, you push yourself to the certain limits, right? Where you try to push your boundaries and see what your limits are. You know, the same thing in the civilian side.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Juan,
Yeah, man.
thank you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for
Oh,
hanging.
it's good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Hey, good to meet
Appreciate
you, bro.
it.
Thank you for
Guys,
coming.
make sure that you tune in Thursday, every Thursday for the next 50 some odd weeks. It's the Veteran Spotlight.
Hey.
Cool.
Yeah. For you.